some basic tips and tools I would recommend for people to be healthier and to feel more well in themselves would be to have an integrated approach to well-being. So what I mean by an integrated approach is that in order to be fully healthy, to be fully happy, to be fully well, we have to nurture and nourish ourselves in all three areas of well-being. So the first one is the body. So when we think of wellness, we often think of the physical body. And while that's absolutely important, it's only one element. The second area is the mind, and the third area is the spirit. And when we combine and we nourish all three areas, we then perform at our highest level. So the first one is the body. So when we want to nourish the body, we look at food and we look at movement. So when we're thinking about nutrition, how are you fueling your body on a daily basis? What are you putting into your body? Because what you put into your body ultimately goes into your bloodstream, affects your cells, affects your organs, affects your brain, and affects how you perform on a daily basis. So simple tips on nutrition would be stripping it back to basics. Just eating real food. So more food that grows in the ground, that comes from trees, and less food that's processed, packaged, comes from a carton or a tin. When you look at your plate, is it full of colour? So when you're having a rainbow of colour on your plates, you're filling up on your phytonutrients, your vitamins and your minerals, which energize the body. When you look at your plate, is it alive? Is the food fresh and vibrant? Because when you eat food that's fresh and vibrant, it gives you energy. That's the essence of why we eat, is to fuel and energize the body. But if you're eating food that's dead or from a tin or a packet, there's no life in there, so it's not giving you life. And another simple tip on nutrition and food and hydration is drinking more water. Many of us going about our day dehydrated, and when we're not filling up and cleansing the body with purifying water, we're not functioning our best. We get brain fog, we experience, we're not able to think better, we're not able to act better. So fueling the body with optimum, real, nutritious, wholesome food and water are two simple tips that will help you to perform better. So the second pillar of integrated wellness is the mind. And this is a key element to our overall health and wellness. So when we think of the mind, we're looking at our thoughts. We're looking at how we communicate to ourselves. What's the relationship you have with yourself? And we're looking at how you live your day, every day, through your mind, and the power of the words that we use. If you're living a life where you're constantly judging yourself or criticizing yourself or comparing yourself, you will then bring that into your workplace, and that will end up generating an environment that's a bit toxic. So it's important that we first begin with ourselves, and we first begin with acceptance and acknowledging where we're at. And every day when we get up, asking ourselves, how can I nourish my mind? How can I nourish my insight? And looking at things like gratitude, writing down 3 tips or blessings that you feel grateful for. Visualization, how do you want to visualize your day? How do you want to show yourself and showing up in the workplace? How do you want to see your day going in a positive way? And another simple way would be positive affirmations. So saying positive, life-affirming thoughts every day to yourself that will enable you to live in a more positive and cultivate that attitude of gratitude. The next area and the last pillar of this integrated wellness is the spirit. And this is a really, really important one that we often forget about or that we ignore in today's world. And the spirit it's your essence. It's who you are. It's that inner spark of life that makes you different to everybody else. It's your passions, it's your dreams, it's your desires, it's your goals. And I think it's so important that in order to be fully healthy, fully happy, fully well, we have to be living a life that's in alignment with our true core values, that's in alignment with our passions, our dreams. We're energized by what we do. When we come into the workplace, we love what we do. Because if you're living that life and it's in alignment with this spirit, this essence of who you are, you will naturally perform better. You will naturally be healthier and you will naturally be happier. And some basic tips and tools for that would be some things like meditation, mindfulness, yoga, things that get you off the treadmill of life, that get you to unplug a little bit and check in with who you are, so that you get to hear that inner voice, you get to hear those intuitive messages, and you start to bring them into your life, bring them into your workplace, bring them into your world.